Well, we are live, and just for fun today, I'm not even telling anybody. We'll see who finds it, but I am on YouTube only for this live stream. And we're just about 4 minutes out from putting the class on sale. I've never actually been live while this happened before, and I can't share screens of the orders coming in because that all happens on the email program over here on the other side. And I just don't have it in me to make that happen. You notice anything today? Little prequel to what's coming. Yeah. Just having fun today. Nothing more than that, folks. Going to get a whole bunch of people together, and we are going to have a good time in November. November 5 through 9 will be the event. If you're just hearing about it now live, you are your last chance. Jump over to the survivalpodcast.com. Click on Get Social. Get on the Telegram channel or group, because I'm going to drop that link in 3 minutes. In fact, there's a certain select group of people that get a little bit of a head start. We can't tell you all about that, but that's going to happen really, really soon. They get a little bit of a jump. It's something they've done to earn that jump, and you won't know unless you come to an event what it takes to do that. But if there's any questions or anything about the event or what's going on, just let me know. I'm not going to be super engaging here in a moment because I'm going to be managing things. I have to be ready when we sell out, actually. And let's see, those early jumpers, they get to jump now. So we'll do that first. They get about 2 minutes, and then it's going to go to everybody. And the pin will be pulled on the grenade, and we'll see how long it takes. I actually wonder how long it's going to take to sell out this year. Last year, we sold out in like 90-something seconds. It's honestly hard to gauge the time, because all I'm doing once that sellout happens, all I'm doing at that point is trying to shut it down. Because what happens is people get the form filled out, and they think that since they filled out the form, they got in. And once you fill out the form, then you have to actually make payment. And it is when you make payment that you take from the inventory that we have set up on the payment side. And at that point, your position is locked. So I give people every year, but I filled out the form and the form completed. Yeah, I understand. And honestly, guys, if I could take more people, I would. With the new venue we're doing this year, we may, in fact, go up quite a bit in head count next year, but we haven't. Oh, wow, there they are. That's the pre people. Look who's first. Patricia Foreman, Jake Reed, Sean Miltz, Bruce Sofji, Eric Myers, Edmund Lamb, Brian Young, Paul Tretham, and James White are all coming so far. And we're not done yet. Glenn will be bringing Merlot. David, okay, it's time for, that's just that's the pre-jump. Here we go. Everybody in the pool all at once. Let's go. It is a race now. Let's see how long this rolls. I'm going to be jumping into my PayPal account right now so I can monitor inventory and monitor things on this side. And when I say those people are coming, they still have to complete payment, but these are veterans, so they know. But now it's open to all. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the live feed, but I may not be the most attentive person in the next 10 minutes or so. We'll see how long it takes. But I want to get into my inventory. Well, wow. Okay. I say buttons. I just want to watch the inventory here. And let's see. I only do this once a year, so I'm actually not very good at it. Let's see. Optional tracking. Quantity in stock. It's the wrong button. Oh, that's why. Workshop deposit. There we go. View code. And they are flying in. Wow, Susan, Mike, David, Martin, Brad, Chad, Eric, Rand, Ofer. Hey, Ofer, I know you. Harry, Will, David. Okay, so we're back to where we started. So I'm still trying to just get a handle on what our inventory is right now. It's not cooperating with me. You guys have a tendency to break things. Edit button. There we go. Leave me alone, PayPal. I don't need your help. I just need to see. All right. What are we down to? Really? Are we down to 5? 3? No. We can't be that far gone yet. I might have to check things here. I don't think we're that low on inventory. That doesn't make sense to me. I haven't gotten the alert for it. We still have orders coming in. PayPal's dicking me around. Advertising, garden workshop deposit. That still says 3. I don't know, man. That can't be right. There it is. Okay, I got it now. Geez, that was okay. We got 49, guys. We got 49. So we've sold 37 in about 4 minutes. Okay, I feel better now. I was starting to worry for people there. Holy crap. So lots of tickets, guys. Lots of tickets. So we have a lot more people this time. We went earlier. Didn't do as much pre-promo. So I think anybody that really wants to this year is going to be able to come. This is where I start moving all of the notices. When you guys are done, that's when my work begins. Because of how this goes down, and not everybody that fills out a form completes payment, and not everybody that fills out a form fills out one form. When this is over, I have to then go through and like rectify and mate everything up. And that's kind of a process. And I would probably put something more automated in place. If I've lost my space. If I did this more often, since I only do this once a year, I just use a manual process with it. And I find it as a good thing because what it lets me do when I'm going through with the manual process, I notice all the names that I know, but I also notice all the names that I don't know. And I am not great with names, believe it or not, even though I remember stuff really well. And what I try to do when I'm going through all these is like start committing names to memory. And we are way above the numbers showing on PayPal so far. So people are still completing payment type. So, oh, wow. Yeah, a bunch of them just poured in while I moved all those over. A bunch. I'll give you guys an update on inventory remaining here as soon as I move this last stack over. I'm going to make sure they go in the right spot. I know this isn't the most riveting live stream I've ever done, but I thought it would be fun for you guys maybe to see what, life behind the fold is kind of like during one of these optional tracking. It says we still have 46, but I think there's a lag in the updates because of just a pile just poured in. If you already have your ticket, I'm about to do this because I haven't yet. I'm going to go look up the link for the live stream, and those who already have your tickets and can say nana 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 to everybody else, I'm gonna drop it. You don't need to hear that. That's me twice, right? I'm gonna drop this in while it goes down. We haven't sold out yet. That's actually a good thing. Some people think that when we don't sell out fast, I get upset. I actually am really happy when we don't instantly sell out, because that means that people that want to come get to come. Every year I have people that I personally know, and I'm like, hey guys, I can't like I have a hard limit on this. I am thinking that at the workshop during one of the kind of breakout times, for those that are thinking about running events, doing maybe 15 minutes on why you have to run an event the way that we do. There's a lot of things that you think, well, when I run an event, I'll do it differently. And then you run an event and you're like, oh, I see. Especially presenters when they're like, can I change my time slot? Can I change my time? Like, no. Are you going to be here? Yeah, then you're doing the spot that I have. Like, working a schedule is really a difficult thing. Letting people come when you've sold out, like, you get into a point where you're too big for what you can deliver, and that's not good. So part of it is we have a new venue, and during it. All right. I'm just sharing on social media that we're live. I'm sure there's people like, where do I sign up? Bro, I don't know, man. You should ask somebody in the live stream. Maybe they'll help you. We still have 46 tickets. That's unusual. Maybe I pissed everybody off this year. Maybe if everybody's afraid to come out because of Charlie, I don't know. Maybe so many people did the AI course, they don't have the money to come or the time. I don't know. I think we'll be okay, though. I wonder how many people slept in. I had a very short week and a disrupted week last week, so that's why we didn't get to really talk about this as much as we usually do. And we did go live with the sale a couple weeks earlier, but we have to this year for, I don't have feelings, Facebook. Leave me alone. How are you feeling? Better than you. All right. So now we can give this some attention. And we'll run this in about 10 minutes before you guys get bored with me, and we'll move on to other things at that point, like going back to our lives. All right. I can't scroll back. Why am I locked up? Oh, I see. That's not me. All right. I can't scroll back through all these. So if anybody has any taunt, plans, questions, whatever, now you can go. I've kind of got things in a rhythm. Everything's automated at this point, and we're good to go. So tell me who's coming. If you're a presenter, introduce yourself and say what you're going to be presenting on to everybody else in the chat. Let's just chat, have coffee, and hang out. Kevin says the coffee's going to give me a feeling eventually. And he also says, is Charlie a man or a dog? Well, we lost a really great Charlie just a couple days ago. But Charlie Dog was my dog, and I will miss him forever. For the rest of my life, I will miss that dog. I know some people don't understand having a dog like that, but let me tell you, once you have one, you understand it, and you understand how special they are. Sauce will be on site. KT says we all miss him too, Jack. Yeah, I know. He was different. Those of you who never met him, you won't understand what people mean when I say different. One of my favorite stories of him was we did one of the small little workshops, like a compost workshop here at the ranch, and I had a chicken. It was Brody, and we wanted her out of the coop because we were shoveling all the stuff out of the coop. And I just looked at Charlie and I said, hey, buddy, I don't want that chicken in here today. That's it. That's all I said. And I didn't say, like, go get that chicken or whatever. Like, no command. Just, hey, I don't want that chicken in here while we're working today. And, man, he pushed that bird out, and he sat in front of the gate. This is a gate to come back into the coop area. He stayed there 2 hours while we worked. He never let that bird back in. There's very few dogs that get to the point with their owners, and I would call him more like a partner, where you can communicate in sentences and they understand you. If I told him, like, David was one of his favorite people. If David's coming tomorrow, he'd immediately look out the window and I'd be like, I said tomorrow, buddy. And he'd look at me like, eat shit. I didn't need to know that. And then first thing in the morning, he'd be looking out that window and I'd be like, couple hours, buddy. And he'd be like, just don't tell me until they're here, man. We've got something kind of cool going on right now with our dog, Belle. Dorothy's ringtone on my phone is a duck, like an actual duck. Like when she calls me, my phone quacks. It's very distinctive. And if she's gone, she'll always call me when she's on her way home. And when she does that, Belle looks out the window now. She knows the ringtone. She knows when she hears the phone quack that Dorothy's almost home, and she gets up and she looks in her corner in the window and looks out, waiting for the Dorothy to return. So who's in the live stream that's been to an event before? And what would be your top tip? By the way, we have Dylan just signed up. Dylan, I wonder if that's actually James, though, because of the email. If so, he's filling out a second form. I wonder if he's bringing a friend. If you guys are going to bring a second, you can buy 2 tickets this year. If you're going to bring a second person with you, what I would like you to do, that's James's son. Okay, cool. That's awesome, man. Do exactly what James just did then. Once you're done and you've signed up and you've paid, your tickets are locked in. Go back to the order form page. Fill out the form, but don't make payment because you already made payment for 2, just so we know that second person is actually coming. That gets them on the list. Now, it's not like a big, seminar where if you don't get your badge, you're going to get thrown out or whatever. It helps us plan. It helps us get the list and then all the people that we have on staff and everything. And what it really does for us more than anything else is it allows us to make sure that the food prep that's done in advance is sufficient to feed everybody coming, because I have one goal, and one goal only when it comes to food for you folks. Well, actually 2. 1, that it's fucking good, and it always is. But 2, that nobody ever walks out of a TSP workshop and goes, I wish there was more food. I want people to leave, especially by Saturday night. I want people to leave like holding their stomach and going, I ate way too much, but it was good. That's one of the big things. You made a second payment. Did you make a second payment or a third payment? If you made a second payment, you're good, man. If you made a third payment, then I owe you a refund. You can just email me and we'll talk about that. If you mean that I think you did right. I don't see your first order right now, but I'm moving things into that folder. If you made one payment for yourself and then went back through and made one for your second, that's fine. You're good, because everybody should have a reserve. That's what controls the inventory. However, if you bought 2 tickets the first time and now you've made 3 deposits, I either owe you a refund or we can take it out of your what have I done? Crap. I put them all in the wrong folder. This is what I get for multitasking. I shouldn't be doing this crap this way. Oh, those are all right. I didn't do it with everything, did I? I was like, what is he talking about now? Yeah, I only did it with a couple. I put a couple people in the wrong place. Jake, Reed, Roy. Roy's in the wrong place too. Now we're back to where it all belongs. All right. So what do you guys? So James, you're good. What do you guys got for tips for people that are at their first workshop? One of the big tips I've always heard, and I agree with, is start slow when it comes to drinking and staying up late. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Everybody shows up on Wednesday. It's like, woohoo! And then you see all, especially if you've been before, you see all your friends from past events and what have you. And you do all that. And then you're like, I'm so excited. And you're up until like 3:00 in the morning on Wednesday. We haven't even really started yet. Don't do that. Go to bed. Go to hell to bed, man, because there will be nights where there's people up at 4 a.m. and you can do that I don't do that crap anymore. I'm in bed at 11. But yeah, and some of these things that people are saying are good, and they might be more important at the new venue than the previous venues. Join the late night crew. Let's go through some of the things people are saying. KT says, top tip, talk to everyone. I would agree with that. Probably the biggest value you will get out of one of our workshops, if you do it, is going to be the people you will meet. The people you will meet. And that is something that really people do not take enough advantage of, in my opinion. Now, Harry, also known as Hawkeye, every year does kind of an extra thing to make sure that people that want to stay in touch can stay in touch. And that's a great thing. Basically, you take a picture of yourself, you write down who you are, where you're from, how to get in touch with you, what you know, and what you want to learn. And I really appreciate Harry for doing that. But there is nothing that takes the place of, hey, man, where are you from? Like, and let's do like a little sales training, network training from an old sales dog, right? On how to do that without it being sales, but it's the same approach. When you go to an event, if you're the kind of person that has a hard time starting conversations, you should be in your nirvana. It all just got easy. Look, this is all you said. Who are you? Where did you come from? When did you start? Fill in the blank. In this case, it would be like listening to the podcast or whatever, right? But whatever event you're at, like following Ron Paul or whatever it was, right? Like, how'd you find him? What do you hope to learn here? And then they'll just ask the same shit back. It's really easy to talk to people at an event. You're already like-minded. Like, I don't care how introverted you are. If you will take that step, what'll happen is you'll do it like the first time. You'll be like a 14-year-old kid at a junior high dance where you walk up to the girl and you're like, do you want to dance? And she's like, no. And you're like, okay. And you run away, right? That'll be like your first, if you're an introvert, that'll be your first time. By the time you do it like your third time at an event, you realize how easy it is to talk to people who came to an event to meet people who already like you because you're one of them. You'll be like, the senior in high school that goes, hey, you want to dance? No? What the hell do you mean no? I don't see anybody else talking to you. Whatever, bye. Right? You'll get there really, really quick, man. You'll get there really, really quick. Survivalizer says, drink water. Yes. This should be really easy. We have a beautiful indoor venue this year. So that's all good to go. There's no reason there should be any problems with that at all. And so that should be easy, and we'll have plenty of water there for you, but we can't make you drink it to a degree. We do have a safety briefing, and one of the deals we have at all our workshops. Now, we're not doing a lot of hands-on work this year. In fact, we're doing none, unless the YMCA ropes us into something, and it could happen. But if somebody tells you you need to drink water, you shut up and you drink water. That is one of our safety rules, because a lot of times people don't know they need to drink water, but when you look at someone that needs to, you always know it. And it's usually not that hot, and we're not working that hard. But some of you guys are real desk jockeys. You don't get out much anymore. You're kind of old, right? And it can be an issue, right? Survival also says, bring a real effing flashlight, not your phone. I'm going to tell you that the best prep for any kind of like outdoor, indoor workshop like we're doing, we have to get back to your campsite and all that shit, isn't just a flashlight. It's a headlamp, like a decent headlamp. And I would 2 is 1, 1 is 9, a pocket flashlight and a headlamp. But the headlamp is so valuable when you've had a few drinks more than you should have, and you're heading back to your tent in the middle of the field, and there's other tents with tent stakes, because we can actually put one in the ground where we're going to be this year, and then boom, 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 right? Like, or you're trying to put your stuff together at night, or, oh, I didn't put my rain fly on because it's not going to rain. It's going to rain. It going to rain. How, when, and how much, I don't know. But veterans will tell you it going to rain at a TSP workshop. It could be, I could do one in August. I never would, because I'm not a psychopath and I don't hate you guys. But we could do one in August in the middle of a drought, where we're like in the droughtiest drought of the droughtiest drought, and it will, like, the minute we do one, it will rain at some point. So if you're drinking electrolytes, aka Pedialyte, yeah, if you're if you're drinking like alcohol, I think electrolytes are a good idea anyway. We might have something on hand. Survivalizer, bring your own phone charger. Yes, do that, especially this time. Like, in the back of my shop, I usually set up a bunch of power strips and a whole, like, whatever we have that people left, chargers. We won't have that this year. Bring your own phone charger, indeed. 15 Hands Tough says, join the late night crew. And I'll do that at your own risk. Living free in Tennessee. If you forgot something like your sleeping bag, admit it. We will do our best to help you. Indeed. There's a lot of people at a prepper event that are, in fact, preppers, and they tend to have things. I would say if you loan something out, make sure you're going to get it back. Make sure you mark your stuff if it's something that could get accidentally put in with other people's stuff. And don't leave your stuff behind. Dorothy and I do not run a shipping company. We get people every year, I left my glasses. Can you send them to me? And like, again, with events, you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And after like the 3rd or 4th year, we're like, no more. Like, unless it's something really expensive, like somebody left a computer once, right? Like, no, we're not shipping your glasses and your pen and your penknife and whatever else, because we ended up like 2 weeks after it's still finding stuff and shipping it. So turns out when you tell people you won't do it, they're more likely not to leave it behind. I'll also tell you, like, every year somebody will bring something to give away, like, take one or whatever. And we're not happy about this to begin with. But what will happen is, like, everybody that wants one takes one, and there's still a pile of it, whatever it is, and then they just leave it. I don't like when that happens at my place, because now I got stuff I didn't want at my place, and a bunch of it. You cannot do that at YMCA, guys. This is somebody else's house that we're going to be in this year. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, so we're not sold out yet. And I'm probably only going to run with you guys maybe another 5 minutes here, and then we'll wrap up. So this year, anybody that wants to come can come. I'm kind of surprised we just kind of flatlined on orders right there, but I think we'll still have a huge crowd. Living free in Tennessee. If you're an introvert, do tell your story in 5 minutes anyway. 5 minutes, tell your story in 5 minutes or less is something that Nicole started. I think maybe had a little influence from our mutual friend David on that one. It's a huge thing, and it really helps for people to know who you are. And again, I know some of y'all are introverts. I know some of you guys, just buying a ticket and coming to an event with this many people around you is a big step. It's a safe space in the best way possible. It's not got puppies and crayons and milkshakes, right? But what it has is people that are just like you. When you come to a TSP event, when you go to an LFTN event with Nicole, SRF, any of these events that this community and our community, satellite communities run, you are among friends. You are among people that will take an interest in what you have to say. People will listen to you. It's a different thing. This is why on Sunday at 10:30, when it's time to leave, I have to send out my nice goons. I have nice Nazi goons. They come out and make people, like, you go to Denny's and talk, right? Nobody wants to leave at the end because they're finally around people that they feel normal with, right? So, yeah, come. KT says you will talk to 4 a.m. then realize you have to sleep before you wake up and do it all over again. If you're still awake when the morning staff walks in, go to bed. That's the thing that does happen. Especially as we get older, our memories of doing things how we always did doesn't always work out the same way now. Make sure you sleep well the night before Barter blanket night. I would agree with that. We're going to have a great Barter blanket this year, guys. I mean, a really great Barter blanket. And a big part of why we're going to have such a great Barter blanket is that when I'm going to just drop, I dropped the wrong thing again. We have a pavilion with an outdoor fireplace for Barter blanket, which means, as KT said, it gonna rain, and when it rain, we can still have a fire and we can still be outside. And Barter blanket is different when we are outside. It's much better, I feel, when we're outside than inside. We've had to do it inside. I've never really liked doing it inside, but we've had times where we have to. But something gets lost. Something gets lost in the mysticism and the vibe and the feel and the energy. Survivalizer says, hopefully it doesn't frost. And KT says we're a week earlier. We are a week earlier. James says, bring libations to share. Just on that, we are at a place where we have to have a TABC licensed server on site to have alcohol in the dining hall / presentation area. It's a beautiful space. It'll be a lot like being in my shop, only nicer, better, bigger, and better lit and better everything. However, we're not supposed to have alcohol outside. You can have alcohol in your tent or what have you. No one's going to run around, put a test strip in a cup or anything. Just be responsible, like a little more adult and a little less college, like, because we have different crowds. Some years it's like a frat party, and some years it's a little more mature. You know, let's go with the mature vibe here. Nicole says Harry's the one that started to tell your story in 5 minutes. I didn't know that. Thank you, Harry. Again, Harry's like, if you have an event, you need a Harry, right? And if you come to this event and you meet Harry, you're going to have events. I would bring Harry in as a helper to your event. Just give them a free seat and just let them be there and let them be Harry, because you won't understand until you meet him. Survivalizer says, I don't know who I am. That's why I'm coming again this year. Dude, I think there's a lot of that happens. People figure out who they are. We've seen some big transformations. And Nicole and I promised to try not to make anybody cry this year, but we might do it. It happens. James says, oh, yeah, Barter blanket is awesome. Do you want us to bring firewood? Orfer says, or a flame. Okay, no flamethrowers, and I don't need firewood this year. We're probably only going to have one outdoor fire. It'll be Barter blanket night because we're kind of co-opting the space. We didn't buy that space out, but I don't think anybody's going to care. I asked our contact, and he said, yeah, go ahead and do it. So we'll be fine. But I had a bunch of trees cleared this year. I have about 6 cords of firewood, and we probably need like a quarter of a pickup truck for that night. So we're good. Ofer is coming. Kevin says, careful moving firewood across state lines. We have issues with certain bugs that can cause issues that aren't allowed to do that. I think we'll be good. That's good general advice, but we're not going to have that problem. We don't really need anything like that. So we do still have tickets. Again, that's a pleasant surprise. Not as surprising as you might think. I am going to wrap up now. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put out the link to the general everybody population on the website. I'll send an email out to remind people who missed it. And I'm actually excited this year that I don't care if it takes another day to sell out. The fact that anybody that wants to come this year can now, this is worth the move and the expansion in total tickets in of itself, because it's always hurt me to have people that I personally know who like have been to 5, 6, 7 events and say, dude, I'm sorry you didn't get in, but I can't let you in. So this is going to be great. Aaron says they're breaking a scramble from seeing me live on a Saturday. You won't see me much longer. We are doing the Santa Claus thing this year. That's what the beard's about. And who knows how Santa I will look in a couple of months when I get to see all of you. Take care. I'll catch you guys Monday. By the way, we're going to have a freaking barn burner, is the term my grandfather used to use, a barn burner of a show on Monday. We're going to be talking about this whole Charlie Kirk thing, probably in a way nobody else is. My initial thought was much like the Trump attempted shooting, where I did a technical breakdown of what actually happened. I think we know what happened. I don't think that it's a mystery. I think when I did the Trump shooting, we were still much closer than we'll be. We knew a lot, but the media pretended we didn't. In this case, I think we know what happened. No, we're going to talk about what's happening and what's going to happen. And something shifted in the country on that day. There's a lot of moments in time where they say things will be different now. And a lot of times that's overstated. I don't think it is this time. So tune in Monday for that. And if you haven't got your ticket yet, go ahead and pick one up. We'd love to see you.